All right, another day, another video. And before I get into the main topic, as I usually say, um, I do want to say that I'm going to try and work for a new schedule and just upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hopefully, I'm able to stick with that just because just trying to balance my work, my work life really. Uh, it's been, I'm just gearing up for a lot of stuff, especially with what I'm showing y'all right now with my upcoming comic, Night's Fall Eldritch, over on Kickstarter. It's the pre-launch campaign right here. I mean, I'm surprised because I already got 11 followers for this, so I'm very stoked about that. All you have to do is just get and go on Kickstarter. I'll have the link down below. Just click on the link, say notify me on launch, and there you go. It's just it's a dark fantasy that focuses on a centuries-long rivalry, escalates into something more dire as the Prouder and Damon Knight are hellbent on eradicating each other from existence. So, I mean, I just really want to capture the attitude of what made comics great back in the 2000s, really. So, I mean, I miss those days. And so, I mean, who doesn't want to see like over the top action, gore, and of course, other things as well. I also even have the safe for work version over on my Twitter and Bluesky. Again, I will put that in the description, the links. I mean, so that's it for that one. And as for something else, I created a Substack to have like an email list of sorts, basically, or a newsletter, really. And um, by the time this is uploaded, the first post should already be made because I have it on a scheduled release. So here's my stuff right here. Got my links as well, uh, and just put my little thing right there. It says, "Hello, I'm an indie author and comic creator, writer. I love to tell dark fantasy stories that are for adults who enjoy world building, compelling characters, and illustrations." So, this is definitely me, as y'all can tell. So, all right, that's it for that one. Now to the actual thing, which is some uh how do I say this? There's just it's the internet, it's Twitter. That's all I gotta say for that. And so before brace yourselves for what I'm gonna show you because this has started a whole vacuum of just controversy, as they say, and just this little gif right here and it's from Pirate Nation. It's like, is this what gamers want? It's just literally some new, I guess it's like a new character for the first Ascended. I literally played it only one time, and I thought it was okay, but I wasn't really into it. But yeah, this is all it is. It's just a attractive female character with dancing with the camera angle zoomed up on her buttocks, and just whatever. And so getting to, that sparked like a whole again big controversy. And this guy, again, I'm not, don't harass anyone or anything, but this is what this guy was saying. And excuse me if I am not that great with big words. Um, pretty ironic since I'm an author. But anyway, any person with a modicum of decency would say no. This is not where the future of gaming should be headed. The constant promotion of half naked women as the greener side of gaming is getting ridiculous, and I'm beginning to think that these people who say they want to save gaming don't actually want to save it. So many claim to care about morals and the future generations and not giving even an inch of progress to devs who push woke ideology or whatever else. But then they'll turn around and tell young men and women to support titles that throw this stuff in your face. Most of what I've seen for months now from these accounts are butt cheeks and cleavage. Seriously, how is this making gaming better? All we're doing is pushing normies in the same direction but on a parallel track. People may argue we just want to push back an ugly women agenda, just trying to make a point to the lefty weirdos. Okay, so where do we draw the line then? Because there doesn't appear to be one. This is why I say that we need real adults with real ambitions, aspirations, and a mature outlook on the future to lead the charge in this industry. People who have their priorities straight and their arousal in check. Now, this is not me like bashing on the guy or anything. He brings up some good points. He does, especially with people claiming to save gaming, and honestly, they don't want to because they just want to. What they want to get out of it is that they want to just have fame, really, fame and fortune, which we have seen repeatedly within our hobby, as we say, our infested hobby. Unfortunately, uh, I'm not sure about like the morals and future generations thing. I don't know where that one's from. The only thing I could think of future generation wise is like, microtransactions, not having these micro or macro transactions, these um these parts of games that are cut out and being sold to you as DLC, even though they originally were in there in the full game. Uh, and honestly, especially with this whole, and don't get me wrong, I like attractive characters. I like beautiful female characters. But, you know, if we're just going to stick it to, one side or whatever, then, you're already dating yourself, because that's not really for longevity, really. And maybe, some developers are like that, or like they don't really care. They'll just, hey, we're just make this one thing, and then we're gonna go into our primary game, which we calculate, to be, I don't know, playable for who knows how long, So, but this whole thing of like we need real adults with real ambitions and aspirations and a mature outlook on the future. Uh, where do I begin? Because if that's the case, I have my gears grind when with animation these days, and I might get a little bit of flack for that, but that's okay because it is just my opinion. And what I see with animation nowadays, especially like Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel and Fiona Cake and all that, is that it's cartoons made for adults. And let's be honest, it's like what's happening in cartoons nowadays. It's like I just wonder about that because I look, I'm not bashing people who like that stuff. I tried Has Been Hotel. I tried Hell of a Boss, but the more I watch it, the more I just like I don't like it. I don't like shows like that. It just seems unnecessarily vulgar, and that's rich coming from a guy like me. I understand, but there's just so many unnecessary elements to that stuff, and it's not for me. It's not for me. Heck, I'll even do you one better. Game of Thrones. When Game of Thrones was still part of the hype back then, I I watched a season and I watched a little bit of a second season, and I just said, I nope, I can't do it. The politics and the foreshadowing was interesting, but all the gratuitous sex scenes and all that, just that's what drove me out. Again, rich coming from a guy like me, I know. But what I'm trying to summarize here, or trying to focus on, is that if it's not for you, or if you don't like it, it's just okay, go on. We have the option to uh go find other things or make other things. We shouldn't force these people to, we shouldn't force these creators, these developers, these animators, whatever, you know, to bend to our little thing. No. And this brings me to the topic of what I did with what I reposted, not reposted, requoted, or whatever the hell it is. Um, And I just said, or we don't draw a line and play whatever we want to. People like you are the reason why freedom of expression is in recession when it comes to entertainment. Not everything needs to be sexualized to make a good game, but at the same time, it's the developer's choice, not yours. And that's how I honestly feel. I try to apply it to like with my stuff, with like my comics, my book. It's it's not gonna be for everybody. Plain and simple, it's not gonna be for everyone. I understand that. Shows, games, books, again, have a target audience. Now, are you gonna have those people who are just gonna make a cheap game that have sexy women or sexy men, whatever, in it, and just for a quick buck? Yeah, it's called Steam. It's called PC gaming. Honestly, it's just called indie. Really, it's just with what we see. We see it on consoles too. Maybe not as much on PC, but it's definitely there, and we're just like, dude, whatever. But that's some people's guilty pleasures. Some people like that stuff, and it makes me think too with this whole real adult um, argument that he's trying to make. Metal Gear Solid, one of my favorite franchises, has numerous accounts of being shameless with what they show with with characters. Come on now. I mean, who can forget Ava from Metal Gear Solid 3? I mean, let's be honest. There was a lot of first person cinematic interactive cinematics with that with especially when they were in the cave, when Snake and Ava were in the cave together and everything. I mean, jeez. And that's a really well received game franchise. I mean, this whole this stuff kind of worries me a little bit, and hopefully I'm making sense here with y'all. But this whole thing of oh, we worry about, basically, think of the children argument this guy was bringing up. Think of the women and children argument. No, dude, no, we're not playing that anymore. People learn their lesson from that, because that's the type of uh, gaslighting just to make a power move. No, no, we're not doing that. Especially with this whole woke stuff. Yes, I understand that there's a lot of DI and Sweet Baby and all this going on within entertainment, but that's why I'm indie. That's why I try to align myself with indie creators, because we don't have to we don't have to adhere to that. We don't have to support that. We don't have to answer to that. Maybe maybe you're just looking in the wrong direction. Maybe maybe I'm not considering something, or I haven't thought about it. But this whole thing of uh, you know things being taken to this controversial level aspect of arguments or whatever else is absurd, dude. Let creative minds do what they want. Now, on a legal basis, of course. The market will decide if they like it or not. Laissez faire? Does that ring a bell? you know, just saying. Alright, that's it for this video, y'all. Go ahead. Please give it a like, dislike, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And please check out the links down below in the description that I will leave for y'all if you're interested in following my comic, or reading a sample of my book, or maybe even purchasing it as well. Um, I thank y'all in advance for everything, especially watching this video. Uh, I know it's been a while. Again, schedule change. Trying to go with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday being my main those days of uploading. Now, as for live streams, I'm not sure. Maybe Friday as well. I'm just not sure. But I've been thinking a lot on how to restructure this and everything. So again, thank y'all for your time. Thank y'all for watching this, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Ciao.